If I was to start my 5-stone weight loss journey all over again and go back in time, these are the exact steps that I would take. But not only are these the steps that I would take if I wanted to get started all over again, but these are the exact steps that you can take too to not only get started, but if you're thinking about actually getting started, it's really good to know this as well. But also if you feel like you're a little bit stuck, you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, you don't actually know whether you're doing the right thing, well, that's exactly what I'm going to be unpicking within this video, and we're going to be stripping it right the way back to what I would be doing if I wanted to lose that weight all over again. So first of all, welcome. If you're new around here as well, my name is Mark Foy, and I've been fat loss coach for over the last 6 years now, just over the last 6 years, which is insane to even be saying. And I am the founder and owner of our one-to-one coaching program, the Unbecoming Project as well. So in between the years of 2021 and 2024, to be completely honest, I absolutely lost myself, which led me to kickstart my weight loss journey, which I am currently talking about within this video. In between 2024, where I lost 5 stone in 15 months as well, as you'll be able to see right here as well. We went from, at this point in time, on the left-hand side, of course, as you will be able to tell, I've actually just got the wrong pen. Let's go with that one, and then there, we was around 18 stone at this point on the left-hand side, and then finished at this side, just under 13 stone at 12 stone and 12 pounds was where we finished as well. So as you can see, it was over a 5-stone weight loss transformation. I help people unbecome who they were never supposed to be, because I believe it's not about becoming anything or anyone. I always see, you want to become this new person. I genuinely believe it's about unbecoming the version of yourself who you know deep down you are not supposed to be. That is my message. That is my mission. So let's get ourselves straight on into this. Fat loss can feel overwhelming for so many people. It's one thing that feels so overwhelming. People don't really know where to start. They struggle to adhere. They struggle with, are they doing the right thing? Are they following essentially the plan? And not knowing where to start and trying to juggle too much at once essentially leads to a lot of overwhelm. So what do we do in that case? So step number 1, what would I do? So let's peel it right the way back to the start of 2024, and let's go right the way to the point that you're at right now. Step number 1. Let me just get a highlighter on here as well, see whether it'll work. Step number 1. There, perfect. Step number 1, establish your why and your purpose. Establish why this goal is important to you in the first place. I see a lot of people going into a fat loss journey, right? They go in and I want to lose weight. Well, tell me why. I want to be confident. Tell me why. I want to do this for my kids. Tell me why. The deeper we get and the deeper that you get, the more motivation you're going to get, the deeper lying the motivation's going to be. And this was one of the biggest things for me at the start of my weight loss journey as well. I established my why from the off, and it was the first thing that I'd done heading into January the 1st, 2024. It was, why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing it for my previous self. It was a big thing. I wanted to prove myself wrong. I wanted to prove myself that I could do this for my previous self. I wanted to do it for my clients. I wanted to do it for them, to lead by example. I wanted to be the coach that, lead by example, shine the light. That was the biggest thing that, as a coach, I think should always be important in any shape or form, is leading by example. But most importantly as well, I also, on top of that, I wanted to be able to show up in day-to-day life exactly who I was in day-to-day life. Because a point that I touched upon previously is I spent absolute years of my life not showing up who I wanted to be because of how I was feeling my own skin. So straight away, before you even begin your fat loss journey, step number 1 needs to be establishing what your why is. Take a pen. Imagine that. Take a pen and paper. Take a pen and paper, and get a couple of ideas down. But straight away, every single thing that you say, I want to become confident. Well, tell yourself why. Ask yourself why 5 times and get yourself really deep. Step number 2, track your calories. Track your calories using MyFitnessPal, NutriCheck, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me just reiterate this point. It doesn't have to be perfect. So straight away, people find themselves getting so overwhelmed because they sit there and think about, I need to track my calories, me protein, me carbs, me fat, you name it. They're yes, these things are important, but at the end of the day, these aren't the thing that you need to be focusing on getting perfect. As I say here, straight away, this will not be perfect. like straight away, like even when I started on my weight loss journey, even as a coach, I focused on the most important thing upon all of this, which was my calories. That was the most important thing, tracking my calories. That's what I was looking at straight away. I speak to so many people who feel overwhelmed on a day-to-day basis because they're trying to hit the protein, the carbohydrates and the fats. Something I'll also say to my clients from the very beginning, I will help support them in trying to fine-tune and adjust their nutrition to fit those macro targets. But at the beginning, it's not about that. At the beginning, it's genuinely about us going, okay, cool, can we get calories in the best place possible? Can we get them in the best place possible? Can we hit our calorie target on a day-by-day basis? That's what's important. Not so much the calories, carbs, and fats straight away. This can be something that gets built up over time. Also, track the daily hack that helped me was tracking in advance. It really was. It's a point that a lot of my clients will know, but you may see me touch upon a lot. But if you're new around here, this is something that massively helped me and something that I still implement over 20 months on from start of my weight loss journey. And even now at a maintenance phase in my life, still daily tracking in advance. Pop your food in your diary the day before. What do you want to have? You see a new recipe, pop the recipe in, try it, see what the calories are sat at for the day. If you've got 500 left to spread across 2 meals, you may have to sacrifice a few things. But the best thing is about giving yourself time. This can take 5 to 10 minutes, and the more you do it, the more this just becomes easy to do. And on top of this, let me just give you an extra additional tip. If it's not broken, you know what's going to come next. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And I get it, and I understand it. You want to try something new, you don't want to get bored. But ask yourself the question, is that boredom food working? Is it the breakfast that's working? Is it the lunch that's working? If it is, don't break it. You may know me by now, you may not, but I am an absolute demon for a yogurt bowl. An absolute demon for a yogurt bowl. And honestly, they're my favourite meal of the day, the best meal of the day. And I just stick to it consistently every single day because I know that it's one meal that works well. So track your calories, focus on that before anything else. Not your macros, not your fibre, not absolutely everything else. The very beginning, I would be going back and tracking my calories first and foremost. And just a little bit of an additional, the app that I would definitely recommend more than anything else is NutriCheck. I think that that's slightly better than MyFitnessPal. Step number 3, focus on your step count. The golden nugget, focus on your step count before anything else. Okay, so start from your current daily average. So a lot of people straight away think 10k steps is the magic number. They start trying to skyrocket, like absolutely skyrocket steps. They start right the way down here, 2,000 per day, and skyrocket up to 10,000. You are adding, just to give you an insight, 18 minutes of additional steps per day from what you're currently doing right now. Ask yourself that question, how overwhelming is that? Like, that's so overwhelming. Like, adding 80 minutes from the off, like, this is no magic number. Like, let's get this right, 10k steps. I've just done the wrong thing. But anyway, we'll rub it out and go 10k again. 10k steps is no magic number. It's not a, this is the be all and end all. This was actually took from a Japanese marketing campaign right the way back in the 1960s. 60 fucking years ago. This is no magic number. Like, some people are on higher, some people are on lower. But let's say your current daily average right now, let's say it's anywhere between 4 and 5,000, which I'd probably say is the average. Then let's bump it up. Take it up by 1,000. Let's go to 6,000. Or let's start 6,000/7. This way you're only adding 10 to 20 minutes of additional steps per day. This is well less overwhelming than adding 80 minutes to your steps per day. Start building this up gradually, but most importantly, I want to basically emphasize the point that steps are the first thing you should be focusing on. Nutrition and your step count are the biggest things. If I could go back in time and do one thing for fat loss, one thing only, it would be steps and tracking my calories. If I had no access to a gym, no nothing else, steps. We sometimes underestimate how much calories we can burn and get into a deficit by step count. And I know people are probably bored of hearing it, but honestly, if I had to go back in time, this would be the one thing that I'd be focusing on more than anything else. This is why you're going to see a little bit further down, training comes in a little bit further down. And the next point is set goals. Don't be scared of setting goals. Please don't be scared of it. I hear a lot of people that get afraid. They're afraid of it. I've absolutely butchered the spelling. Afraid. fear of failure comes in. Some people don't like pressure. Some people don't like pressure. They don't like the pressure. Some people also don't like an accountability, which you gotta ask yourself that question. How much does not having accountability actually allow you to just make, pardon me, emotional decisions? You know, just, oh well, doesn't matter today, does it? Doesn't matter. No one's watching over you. No one's keeping you accountable. No one's pulling you up on your excuses. No one's pulling you up when you say you're going to do something and don't do it. So this is why setting goals is really important. And as I say here, don't be afraid. Really don't be afraid of setting big goals. Don't be afraid to set goals no matter how big or small. Like, genuinely set some big ones. If you've got a 5-stone weight loss target, the same way I did, set it, have that in your mind. But also, on top of that, don't be afraid to set small goals along the way, because the small goals that you achieve will add up to that big one. So let's say your first one is to lose 1 stone. Fantastic. Once that's done, brilliant. The next stone, let's focus on ticking that off. The next stone, 1 stone. Before you know it, you've actually less overwhelmed yourself. And before you know it, you've only got 1 stone to go and to hit the big daddy over here, the big 5-stone weight loss goal. You know, I knew that I had a long way to go. And this is exactly how I broke it down. It wasn't a thing of, I don't have a goal. Well, it's going to get a lot harder to wake up and actually get stuff done over morning when you've not got a goal in mind. That's something that I want you to bear in mind as well. So step number 4, don't be afraid to set goals. The bigger they are, the more they scare you, the better. Don't be afraid to set them, small or big. And aim high with them. And just don't be afraid, okay? Now, step number 5, you're probably wondering when this is going to come in. Step number 5, resistance train 2 to 3 times per week. But most importantly, ensure you're enjoying your training. Ask yourself the question, what training do you think you're going to enjoy the most? The one that you hate, or which one are you going to stick to the most? The one that you love or the one that you hate? The one that you probably love. So for me, at the moment, my training is Hyrox focused and body comp focused. So mine is a mix of full body plus specific Hyrox work. That's me. That's me, not you. You're not me, I'm not you. So it's about us finding what works best for yourself in terms of enjoyment. You could really enjoy weights. You could really enjoy cardio. You could really enjoy Pilates, for example. Let's add that in there. Pilates to the mix. However, making sure that you try and resistance train 2 to 3 times per week is all you need. Giving the body resistance to keep holding a muscle mass, because people always want that toned look. You know, you maybe want that. That may be a goal of your own. A toned look. I want to feel toned. Well, resistance training does that. But I do not think that that's the be all and end all. Focus on your step count. You're tracking your nutrition. Get those right first. And then let's start maybe trying to filter 2 training sessions within there. And what I've also done in the description of this video, I have linked a link to a free full body training plan, which is a full 2 to 3 day training plan as well, with a full breakdown of reps, sets, the actual exercises. And same thing with this, you can pick and pull from that. You can use 2 of those or 3 of those. It's entirely your call, but what they are designed to do is help you be able to hit all muscle groups in the body over the week as well. So a nice simple starting point for yourself. I'll pop that in the description below. And step number 6, accountability. One of the biggest ones, a friend, a family member, or invest in a coach. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a coach. You know, I actually wanted to show you proof that I do this myself. Here is myself over here, as you'll be able to see, with my nice skinhead over here, with actually the same hoodie on. Same hoodie on. And you know what, funnily enough, the same actually tracksuit bottoms on, which is pretty crazy. And this is my coach right here that you see in the middle, Jack. And I've had my own coach now for the last 9 to 10 months, and I've had one even before that as well, but I've been working with Jack specifically for 9 to 10 months, because you see, this guy over here keeps this guy here accountable, stops me from making emotional decisions. And yes, am I a coach who has been coaching for the last 6 years, as I said, and do I run, am I an owner and a founder of the Unbecoming Project, my own fat loss coaching program? Of course I am. However, I still need accountability. I'm still human just like you. You know, I still need the mind work took away from myself. I work with so many people one-to-one, and it's important that I take away that guesswork. And for yourself, you know, who may not have the education or, you know, the experience as a coach, or someone that's known fat loss, it can be really difficult to know where to start or take away, you sometimes need that brain power took away. You know how many steps you need to be doing per day, the nutrition that you actually need to be eating per day, and on top of that as well is the exact steps that are going to take to get to where you need to be. I already know that in my mind exactly what I need to be doing, but this guy just takes away the emotional decisions and the actual brain work that goes in behind it, and that allows me to be able to be a better coach for my clients as well. And think about it, you take that brain work away from yourself, think about how much time and energy you can put into every other area of your life. Massively streamlines your results, which is one of the biggest things. Or as I say, you know, use a friend or a family member as an accountability partner. Use them as accountability partner. Go to the gym together, walk together, you know, keep them accountable. Make sure your partner keeps you accountable. Ensuring you have accountability is massively key. So if you'd like more info off the back of that as well, simply just message me the word on Instagram, the word coaching as well. If you'd like more actual coaching information as well, just simply DM me that or comment the word coaching. I'll fire over all the details that you need as well. No pressure, no stress. I'll fire over all the details. We'll have a little bit of a chat as well, just to chat over about your current struggles, what you're currently struggling with for the meantime, how we can help and the steps that we could take. And yeah, if it's of more interest, DM me the word coaching and I'll fire over more info. But on top of that, the goal with fat loss is to reduce overwhelm. In all honesty, it's to reduce overwhelm, as overwhelm causes us to make decisions that don't align with our goals themselves. You want to focus on getting really good, as you'll be able to see here, really good at spinning 3 plates, not 10. You don't need to be spinning 10 plates and trying to do 10k steps when realistically 8 is your maximum, or tracking your calories, macros, fibre, fat, absolutely everything else, you know, down to the micromanagement until you potentially a couple of weeks, a couple of months down the line. You know, training, you don't need to be in the gym 5 times per week. You don't need to overwhelm yourself by meal prepping every single Sunday. You know, yes, it's about finding what works for you. So once you know what works for you, simplify it, stick to it. And as you can see here, if I just revert back a little touch, if I was to go back in time, the exact steps that I would take to achieve this result here, you know, this guy that went from here to here, I'd just make sure I reduced overwhelm as much as possible by following step 1, which is establish your why and your purpose. Get really deep first and a full overview. On top of that, step number 2, track your calories, MyFitnessPal or NutriCheck. And on top of this, just an additional, these apps will work out your calories for you. However, another really good one is calculator.net to figure out your calorie intake as well. But these apps will do a pretty good job in giving you a rough good guide as well, especially if you're honest with it. Step number 3, step count. Prioritize your step count. Please do not neglect it. Step number 4, set a few realistic, nice goals. And same thing with this, but also don't be afraid to aim big, and you know the realistic but the big goals. Step number 5, resistance train 2 to 3 times per week. Minimum 2, maximum 3 sometimes. If you're someone that's busy parent, busy individual, don't overwhelm yourself. Let's go with the basics. And it's like I said, step number 6, have an accountability. Have some form of accountability as well. Coach, friend, family member. It'll make a massive world of a difference, because all in all, our goal is to reduce overwhelm. So these are the exact steps that I would take if I was to take myself right the way back to 18 stone version of Mark, the one who was struggling, lacking confidence, lacking happiness. These are the exact steps that I would take, because you know what, believe it or not, at that period of time I had no self-belief, lack of self-belief. Knowing where to start was something I knew, but needing to start was another thing, and these steps are the ones that I would take if I was to start all over again. So hopefully this has helped, and if you implement these steps, I pretty much guarantee that you'll be able to get flowing on your weight loss journey again. So as I said, if you'd like more information, DM me the word coaching, comment the word coaching, message me the word coaching on Instagram. I'll fire over more details on the Unbecoming project, which of course is our one-to-one coaching program. And obviously, as you will know, the goal and the mission for us is help you to unbecome who you were never supposed to be in the first place, because I don't believe it's about becoming anything or anyone. It's about unbecoming the version of yourself that you never ever knew you were going to, the version of yourself you were never ever supposed to be in the first place. That's one of the biggest things for me. So yeah, and on top of that, you'll also see the link to the free training plan below, 2 to 3 day training plan, and also a link to our free school community as well, a community of people that's going to start coming together furthermore in the future. And of course, it's free as well, where I'll be dropping educational videos in there and resources as well, so feel free to check that out in the description below as well. So with that being said, hopefully this helps, and I'll catch you on the next one. Let's go.